So I had this one question for the majority of my life, and it was, why does it feel like everybody else has it figured out besides me? Because when I look around at other people, I could see that they seem to be genuinely happy, and I thought they had something that I didn't. And I would always ask myself, what are they doing differently than me? And I finally found an answer. And if I can use this, then so can anybody else. But we're all different. So what's your adventure going to look like for you? Everybody needs something to clear their head, because life is such a stressful thing, and we all deal with our own problems every day, whether it's working every day, taking care of a family, getting through classes, going to the gym, staying consistent with your goals, anything. And if you only focus on that stuff, you won't have a way to let go. You won't have a way to relax. Everybody needs a hobby. Having something to look forward to is going to help you get through the day. It's going to make life so much better for you. One thing you have to remember is that life should not just be full of stress. It shouldn't just be full of work or school. You need to find something to get your mind off of things, and that's what a hobby is. And 2 years ago, I found mine, which was skateboarding. And while I was skating, it just felt like all my problems melted away, and I could just not think about anything for however long I was skateboarding. If you have a lot of goals and expectations and that you don't meet all the time, even though you want to, it can really put you down and it can make life seem very meaningless. Having a hobby is the way to combat that. Having something that you're passionate towards and that you look forward to doing at the end of the day is the key to happiness. Just think about a time in your life where you were really stressed out about something and you had to get through something hard, and the only thing getting you through that was that you knew you got to do something you loved after. Whether you're at school and then you knew, all right, I get to go play video games with my friends after, or I get to go to football practice after, or you get to go enjoy whatever you do after school. Things like that get people through hard times. If your life feels boring all the time, it's not because life is actually boring, it's because you're not doing something to enjoy it. And you just need something that's going to pull you out of your everyday experiences and provide an escape for you. You need something that's going to give some excitement in your life. Because nowadays, I think it's crazy when somebody says they're bored. If someone thinks life is boring, they're just not doing the right things, because only boring people say they're bored. 2 years ago, I was going through a really rough part of my life. I got out of a terrible relationship, and I was just really unsure of myself and stressed out all the time and low-key kind of depressed, and skating dragged me out of it, and it just fell on my lap too. It wasn't something I expected to do. A random friend just hit me up and said, hey, I'm getting a skateboard. You want to buy one? And I said yes, and little did I know that buying that skateboard would become the cornerstone to my sanity. While I was skating, all of my problems just got blocked out and I wouldn't even think of them. And it was so healing, because even if it was just for an hour, all of my worries, all my anxiety and stress was just blocked out, because all I was focusing on was skating, which was a hobby that I loved. And having something that I loved that I got to do every day, it taught me so much about myself. It taught me that my fears could be overcame. It showed me how to actually run at my problems head on and conquer them, rather than just not doing anything and then imagining what would have happened if I did. And I don't want to just tell you, I want to show you, so here's exactly what I mean. So a few years ago, when I was a complete beginner, I had no experience, I would go to the skate park and just roll around on my board, and there was this big ramp there that I really wanted to roll into, and I was terrified of it. So let's say this ramp represents your fears, and obviously you want to conquer your fears, but you're terrified to start. So what was the best option? I started on a small ramp, and even though I fell a few times, after practicing enough, I was able to roll in and get it. And then after that, I already knew how to drop in, so I went on a slightly bigger ramp. And guess what? I hit that one first try. That gave me the confidence to go to an even bigger one. And that one, since I had a stack of wins behind me, I was able to drop in no problem. Then all of this confidence, all of this experience I built up, let me drop into the big ramp. And I want to talk about what is a hobby and what isn't, because I think a lot of people have things that they do every day and they think they're hobbies, but they're actually destructive parts of their lives. And finding a real hobby that'll benefit you will actually help you in life and not hurt you. So what is it? It's not an obligation. It's not something you get paid to do. If you get paid to do your hobby, that's a dream job, okay? It's not that. It's something you would do for free. It's something you love doing, and you only do it because you like to do it. You don't do it to impress other people or to prove other people wrong. You only do it because you love doing it. And the most important thing is that it has a positive impact on your life, if it's physically or mentally, or both. So now that you know what it is, let's talk about what it isn't, because some people get confused. A hobby is not something that's detrimental to your health or well-being. That's called an addiction. That could be binge watching TV, playing an excessive amount of video games, or just sitting in bed scrolling on Instagram, lounging around the house all day. Why are those addictions and not hobbies? Just think of it as creating and consuming. So if you're consuming something, you're receiving something without engaging in anything. It's just fake happiness, it's temporary. On the other hand, when you're creating something, you're bringing your own ideas to life, you're achieving things, you're building something, you're growing as a person, and you're actively engaging in something. Those are all positive things. That's the difference. So now you might be wondering, how do you find yours? So I have 2 steps for you. So step number 1 is to recognize your addictions. There's a very easy way to recognize addictions in your life. Just think about, what are you doing in your spare time that feels enjoyable at the moment, but you know it's not benefiting you at all? So whatever that is, you need to stop doing it, because it's giving you so much dopamine already that if you tried to take on a new hobby, it might not seem enjoyable because you get so much dopamine already from going on your phone or playing video games or watching TV, that if you start doing a real hobby, you probably won't be as excited to do it. So you have to completely cut out all of that bad shit that you're doing, because it's not good for you and you don't have to be doing it, and you have to find something real that's going to benefit you in life. That's a healthy hobby. So now that you cut that out, now that you have open space in your brain, now that you're not being flooded with dopamine all the time, you can actually fill that void with a real hobby. So first you got to think, is there anything you've seen your friends doing or someone you know or something online that is interesting to you that you want to try out? Because if there is, that's an amazing place to start, especially if it's one of your friends, because a friend will do it with you. You'll actually have somebody to enjoy it with. And not something stupid like smoking cigarettes. Have it be something healthy and beneficial to your life. Actually doing an activity, all right? I know you guys think you're funny, like, oh yeah, my friend does heroin, I'll try that. It's like, nah, you gotta find something beneficial, bro. If that doesn't work out, just go on Google. Everybody has Google, and just type in interesting hobbies. There will be thousands of lists of the most interesting hobbies that people do, and they're already in order for you. They're already laid out. You can find descriptions of them, and you can pick from there. I'd say pick like 10 that you like, and then put all those down on a list, and just from there, just go one at a time. Don't try to do like 5 hobbies. Only focus on one, because if you try to do a bunch at the same time, I think your mind will get all messed up and you won't be able to focus. So try one at a time. And it's really that simple at the end of the day. Having a hobby is a necessity that every human needs to get through life. And I'm sweating. I don't know why I decided to wear a hoodie in the summer, but that was the video. Find a hobby. I hope it helps somebody, and I'll see you guys in the next one. So I hope this video helps somebody, and I'll see you guys in the next one.